didn't see you there. I was just studying up on my matrices. Oh, not these matrices. These matrices. So I'm Mr. Freitas, and I'm here today with Dr. Strauss and Professor Ireland, and we're going to teach you about matrices. Okay, so we're going to talk about matrices. And a matrix, singular of matrices, is defined as a rectangular array of quantities or expressions in rows and columns that is treated as a single entity and manipulated according to particular rules. So anyway, a matrix is basically when you have rows and columns of numbers that are surrounded in brackets, I guess you could say. So the first thing we're going to talk to you about today is adding matrices. So, when you have a matrix, you're going to have rows and columns of numbers. So the most basic matrix you can have, of course, is just one number. But you're not going to see that very often. What you're going to see more is maybe a 1 by 2, or you can also have a 2 by 1. And then even those, you're not going to see them quite as often as you're going to see the most standard 2 by 2. And you can really have any numbers in these matrices, any value at all. And they can also get bigger. You can have 3 numbers on top, and 3 numbers on the bottom. And you can also have this same thing turned sideways, so it's going to be taller. So what we're going to talk first about is how you add these together. So we'll start simple. Let's say you have a 2 and a 1, and a 3 and a 4. So if you're wondering how to solve these, basically all you have to do is you take the 2 numbers that correspond to the same position, and you're going to add them together. So 2 plus 3, the 2 numbers on top, 2 and 3, are going to give you 5. 1 and 4, that will also give you 5. So this is your answer. So that's all fine, and that's nice and easy. But what about when you add more columns or more rows? So let's say you have a 3 and a 1, and a 2 and a 5. And then you add that to 0, 1, 4, and 6. So this is really the same thing. All you're going to have to do here, and by the way, you know that when you have a 2 by 2 or a 1 by 2, 2 by 3, anything, when you add them together, they're going to look the same at the end. So it's going to be a 2 by 2. You know that for sure. That'll always be like that. So let's add them. 3 and 0, 3, 2 and 1, 3, 1 and 4, 5, 5 and 6, 11. So this is your answer. And it's a little bit more complex than the other ones, but it's still pretty easy, right? Right? We're not stupid here? Yay us? Okay. So next, we can get a little bit bigger. Let's say we have 4, 2, 1, and 3, 6, 82. So this is a 2 by 3 or a 3 by 2 depending on how you look at it. Then add that to another one. Let's say 5, 0, 0, 1, 2, 4. So now you're basically just going to do the exact same thing. It's really easy. 4 plus 5. 4 plus 5 is 9. 3 plus 0, 3. 2 plus 0, 2. 6 plus 1, 7. 1 plus 2, 3. And 82 plus 4, 86. So notice that this matrix looks just like the other two, once again. It's always going to work like that. If you end up with a differently shaped matrix, you know you did something wrong. So, for the last example, let's say you have this. and you have 0, 1, 2, 3, keeping it simple, and a 4 and a 5. Now, can you add these together? The answer is no. And the reason that you can't add these together is because if the matrices don't look exactly the same, in other words, if they don't have the same rows and columns, you can't add them. It's just, it'll never work. That's always the rule. So for this, you get nothing. Alright. So that's what we're going to start off with today. Professor Ireland?
Yeah?
You're on.
Okay, give me a second. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about subtracting matrices. Let's start off with an easy one. Okay, so when you have two matrices that you're subtracting, you can either change the sign and then change the sign on all of them in the second matrices, or you can just subtract them. My preference is to change all the signs. So the first thing you do is subtract it to the corresponding position. So 4 plus -2 equals 2, and 3 plus -1 equals 2. Okay, so if you want to get a little bit more complicated, you can have a number outside of the matrices. So let's just say 3, 2, 1, and 2. And then you're subtracting 5, 3, 1, and 2. Okay, so the first step in this equation is to multiply everything in the matrices by 2. So you would get 6, 4, 2, and 4. And then you would subtract that by the original second matrices. 5, 3, 1, and 2. Okay, so now it's just like the other one. So the corresponding position, 6 and 5, that's 1. 2 and 1 is 1. 4 and 3 is 1. And 4 minus 2 is 2.
So my friend, Professor Ireland, was just talking to you about matrices. I will be teaching you further. My name is Dr. Strauss, and today I will be showing you how to find the x. So, if you have one matrix, and you're adding it to another matrix, but one of the matrices have an x, you're going to have to add this number plus this number to get this. So, 4 plus x equals 6, x equals 2. Let's do another example. So when I do math, I like to change the signs. So I'm going to change the signs. So you're going to do this plus this equals this. And you're going to get x equals 2.
So I hope you all learned something today.
Just remember,
If this makes you feel stupid, at least you're not this guy. So Mike,
I didn't say go!
and oh wait, you did that wrong.
Stop being difficult! Stop being difficult, Josh.